Era 5 FC tips that I wish I knew when I started playing this game over a decade ago. Let's get right into it. Starting off with tip number 1, it's going to be defending. It's going to be jockeying to not commit to the tackle. Whenever I'm starting off playing with FIFA, that doesn't make sense. Whenever I'm playing FIFA with people that are just starting off, or just myself when I was defending, one thing I would always do is kind of commit into tackles. I want you guys to think about football in real life if you are watchers of football, or even if you're not. I want you to just think about it logically, right? Your defensive unit, your defensive line, you basically play as a line. You play together, you go up together, and you kind of try and have your shape so that you're all in a position where, you know, you're in cover and you're basically just pressing as a unit, right? But what people do in FIFA is they kind of forget the basics of football. They forgot the basics of defending, and then one defender, one player just run and get aggressive. And when you do that, you leave a pocket of space in for attackers to get behind. You basically lose the man you're marking, and you create so much space for the attackers. So some people that struggle with defenders, the first thing you do is commit in. Okay, so instead of kind of doing that, I want you to just go backwards a little bit. Okay, jockey. So the way you jockey is you kind of press your LTRT, and you're going to see your character start to jockey. He's going to basically be shrugged down a little bit, and it's going to be moving left and right with a bit more agile speed. And what happens is you're basically waiting for the attackers to make the mistake, and you're seeing it in the clips right now. We're going to go through, and all we're going to do is we're going to kind of defend slowly, go across, and make sure that when the attackers are over committing, or maybe they're you know, dribbling into a space that's a little bit easy to defend, then we can go get aggressive. And when you do that, the ball becomes so much easier to obtain from a defending position. Okay, so that's gonna be tip number 1. Tip number 2 is going to be the second man press. Again, another defending mechanic here, but this one is pressing is R1. Yeah, you press R1 or RB, and what happens is your defender essentially comes with you. So this is going to allow you to press. Now, what I like to do is use tip number 1 and tip number 2 together. So I like to jockey with one defender, and I press R1. And what the R1 does is it gets a computer defender, so an AI, to basically get a bit aggressive and try and tackle the ball. Now, you're never really trying to get the ball with your AI defender. All you're trying to do is pressurize your opponent to making a mistake. So what you want to do is use your R1, let your second defender, who the AI is controlling, let them press the ball, and you start marking the passing lane so that he can't pass and he's kind of stuck, or you go where he's going to dribble towards. So you kind of put more pressure on him, you essentially double up. But when you do this, be very careful. Don't consistently do this, because if they pass around quickly here, they're going to get out of that press real quick and they're going to be able to score. So you have to use this like a secret weapon. It's a little bit aggressive, but it can work really, really well if you don't overuse it, but you do it enough times where you can kind of catch them off guard, get the ball and turn it around. So it's a very, very efficient trick. In at number 3 is going to be passing. So we've had 2 defending tricks, now we're going to have passing, and this is going to be the player switch. The player switch is one of the best, I would say, uses in terms of being a creative player in FC 25 or FC 26 as we're heading into it. You basically want to use the player switch to give yourself more control of the attacking run, and what happens is they can see you kind of move left, right, and they see the direction you're going towards, and it makes it very, very, very easy for you to kind of just trick your opponent, right? You can go left, and then you can do player switch to someone else, go right, and you can also kind of bring defenders out of position. So the player switch, I use it as a bit more of a baiting mechanic, where I bait defenders out, and then if I feel like there's space there, I'm able to make the perfect run, and then I press the perfectly timed pass as well, so you have more control of not only the pass itself, but also the run, and it makes it very, very efficient. So I really, really like this mechanic. Then we go over to tip number 4. Once again, another passing tip. This is going to be the through ball. Not just a through ball though, the perfectly weighted through ball, the double tap Y. Wow, this through ball is unbelievable. It's super, super strong. Okay, so you basically get your nice distance and strength of a normal through ball by pressing Y, but you get a little bit of weighted lift. Okay, you get a little bit of a lift there, you get a little bit more pressure, more power in the pass, and everything just feels like it's a lot more smooth when you do the double tap Y. Because when you do a normal through ball, I feel like sometimes it gets lost by the defenders. You know, it feels like sometimes I feel like the defenders are able to intercept it quite easily, but with the double tap Y, there's enough lift in it where it gets between the defenders, but it also has enough speed on it where the attackers can still run. I honestly think it's the best ball in the game to just carry on your attacks. You're seeing it in the clips right now. We're doing it in certain moments, and it's just kind of gliding through the defenders. I actually think it's very, very strong, and it has been for many years. It's my best way of passing and creating chances, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. Then we go over to tip number 5. This is going to be a shooting tip, and this is going to give you much more chances in and around the box to then do whatever type of finish you want to do. Okay, this is going to be shielding the ball, creating a space for a shot. Okay, so whenever you get the ball in certain scenarios when you're up front, the defenders are always going to expect you to keep running, right? So sometimes you can shield the ball by pressing L2 or LT, and what happens is you basically guarding the ball in the box. Now imagine it right now. I want you guys to think about it. Imagine you're guarding the ball in the box, so your back is faced towards the goal. However, the defender doesn't know if you're going to go right or left now. So you can kind of guard the ball, and then let's just say I'm going to guard the ball, go left. They then react to you. So you let the defenders react to you, and it makes sure that you're in control of basically the scenario, right? So shielding the ball not only slows the ball down and gives you space for a forward run, it allows you to just kind of control where you want to go, and I think it's so strong. So make sure you guys are shielding the ball. There's 2 defending tips there, 2 attacking tips there in terms of creating chances, and 1 scoring tip there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's 5 tips that I wish I knew when I started playing FC, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys for another video tomorrow. Peace.